Evening everybody on Facebook Live and hopefully on YouTube. You're all very welcome to our quizzy quiz for Quizzers Quiz. Just give me 2 ticks. So you're all very welcome. Just let's get YouTube up and running. Hey Dana, Iris, you're all very welcome. And just hang on a tick. Fantastic. I think we're on both channels for now as we work on a third. So you're all very welcome. 7.5, 8 months on in these bizarre times, and if this helps just for a couple of hours every weekend, then sure, it's all worthwhile. You're very welcome, Margaret, Paddy from the Coal Pits, hey Billy in the Den, hey Jerry, Karina, Andy, Joanne. Yous are super duper welcome. Quizzy quiz for Quizzers Quiz is, hey Sandra, more quizzy, yeah, a quizzy quiz. And let me tell you what and good afternoon Isabel in San Diego, as loyal as ever. How's things over in San Diego, Isabel? Edwina, Frank, you're all very welcome. Here's what we've got in store for you this evening. The rules are dead simple. No cheating, of course, and there's the golden rule. No answers on the feed. So, hey, Paul in Sandbach. Thank you, Paul. That's awesome. Hey, Cora. Hey, Eddie, Eileen. Your quizzy quiz for Quizzers this evening. We've got 4 rounds, as usual. The format, we've stuck with the same format because if it's not broken, let's not fix it. 3 famous families. 3 famous kings. 3 famous dishes. Hey Pete, 3 cities on rivers, a wonderful full course of connections. Good evening, Claire from Kells. Hey Mandy. Then we've got 12 images. We've got some fashion brands for all you gents. We've got 3 leading ladies for all you gents. We've got 3 revolutionaries for all you ladies, and we've got 3 cats, but there's 4 points available. Why, you say? Hey Jimmy, why is there 4 points for cats? Well, be patient, I'll come on to that, and then we'll finish with 3 famous Andys, 3 missing from 5s, 3 popular phrases with a graphic, and 3 back to school. So there you have it, a total of 49 points available on this Saturday evening from the kitchen. Like and share on Facebook, that's all I ask, and subscribe on YouTube, and I'll tell you a little bit more about our plans tomorrow evening, which is our party quiz, which is a bit more entertainment-y. So just get settled in. Hey Andy, shout out for Freddie. Oh, Freddie and his broken collarbone. Oh, poor Freddie. Hope you're okay. Hey, Chris. Hey, Mal, Michael, Stephen. You're all truly welcome. If this is the first time you've tuned in, you're especially welcome. You're especially welcome. And we've been doing this hopefully well, but if nothing else, we've been consistent for all these weeks, and hopefully it does give us an escape and allows friends and families to engage remotely whom they unfortunately cannot get to see. Look, good to see you again, Luke. Well, I can't see you, but you can see me. Hey, Colin, Tony, Johnny, you're all truly welcome to our Friday edition, our live quiz, 2 per week, your quizzy quiz for Quizzers Quiz. So shall we get started? No answers on the feed, and at the end of every round we'll do a quick recap, and then you can post your scores. Tell me how well you are doing wherever you are from. and it's all free. Okay, so make sure the volume's okay. Hopefully the volume is good. So let's get cracking, shall we? Hello, Marty, Ursula, Lucy, Grace, Karen. Nice to have you on board this evening, the 23rd of October. So we'll start with our famous families. Famous family number one. Famous family number one. The fictional family. Some of these are pretty straightforward, but of course there's one or two tricky ones, and there may even be a million pointer. But sure, I'll let you know about that. Fictional family of Dallas from 1978 to 2014 is your famous family number one. Dallas. 78 to 2014 is your famous family number one. Hello, Danielle, Bargain Mad from Antrim, all good. Hey, Joe, Craig, Vanessa, good to see you. Why do I keep saying that? I can't see anybody, but it's good to have you on board on YouTube. Hey, Kieran, good to have you on board. Big effort this week from Tight Lips on YouTube. Tight Lips? Kieran, Vincent's Angels are back. Happy birthday, Desi Higgins, who just turned 60 on the 20th. Happy birthday, Desi. You don't look a day over 59. Is my guess. Famous family number two. Pay attention. We're looking for the family name, remember? This was the highest grossing movie of all time, ranked number one between the years of 1966 and 1971. So during that period, this was, up until that point, the highest grossing movie of all time. Started in 66 and ran right through until 71. Is your famous family number two? Highest grossing movie, 66 to 71. What could that have been? But it's the family we're after. Another family affair. Evening, Brendan. Famous family number three. A Quizzy Quiz family. A Quizzy Quiz family. A resonant name in European history. A resonant name in European history. This house occupied the throne of the Holy Roman Empire between 1438 and 1740. Also officially called the House of Austria. Is your famous family number three. European history. The house that occupied the throne of the Holy Roman Empire between 1438 and 1740. Also officially called the House of Austria. Is your famous family number three. A Quizzy Quiz number three there. Welcome Mona and Michelle and Brendan. You're doing a quiz and watching Leeds. What's the most exciting, Brendan? No answers on the feed. You can multitask, watch Leeds and quiz all at the one time. There's a bit of loyalty for you. So there's your three famous families. Don't worry if you're latecomers, we'll do a recap at the end of the first round. Next set of three, 4 through 6, are your three famous kings. Hi Orla. Three famous kings. The King and I. The King and I was based on Margaret Landon's novel Anna and the King of where? Anna and the King of where? Margaret Landon's novel The King and I was based on this. Anna and the King of where? Is your famous king number one? Okay. out of the traps quick tonight. Evening, Colette. Famous king number 2. Martin Luther King is your famous king number 2. Martin Luther King was assassinated by James Earl Ray, April 4, 1968. But where? The assassination of Martin Luther King, famous king number 2, took place where? The assassination of Martin Luther King. April 4, 1968, James Earl Ray, the place is your famous king number 2. Okay, so far? These are good because you can party at home with those who are with you and those who aren't. Cup of tea, something stronger is your quizzy quiz and party quiz. Modus operandi, as they say. Famous king number 3. Uther Pendragon. Who? Uther Pendragon, a legendary king of sub-Roman Britain, and also whose father? Uther Pendragon is your famous king number 3. Father of which famous king is your famous king number 3? Okay, Margaret, 3 glasses. That's okay. You're not driving. Please tell Charlie Alexander to stay awake. We may need... Charlie, stay awake. Stay awake, Charlie. Don't go to sleep just yet, Charlie. They may need you. After famous kings, we'll do 3 famous dishes. 3 famous dishes for culinary perspective. Famous dish number 1. It means frying pan in Valencian or Valencian. Variations include Valenciana, and de Marisco. De Marisco, Valenciana. It means frying pan in Valencian or Valencian. Is your famous dish number 1. Your dishy dish number 2. Famous dish number 2. A Russian dish consisting of sautéed pieces of beef served in a sauce smetana, a type of sour cream. A Russian dish of sautéed pieces of beef served in a type of sour cream is your famous dish number 2. We do mix it up here. So 3 dishes from the kitchen, made freshly this afternoon, evening. Everything's fresh here, apart from me. Famous dish number 3. A North African dish of small steamed balls of crushed durum, wheat semolina, traditionally served with a stew. Give me this North African dish of small steamed balls of crushed durum, wheat semolina, traditionally served with a stew. Is your famous dish from the kitchen number 3? You're welcome, Jenny. Okay so far? taste too fast? Or, okay, don't worry, we'll do a recap. And your final three, after your three dishes, you get three cities on rivers. So guess what? You give me the respective rivers. Some quizzy quiz cities on rivers. Cities respectively. I want the rivers respectively. City number one, the river, New York. New York is your famous city on river number one. You see, nothing's obscure here. Everything's famous. New York, your river. City number two, see, they get progressively trickier. Rome, the eternal city. River, please. Rome is your famous city on a river. Number two, the river, please, for Rome. And your famous city on river number three? Baghdad. Baghdad. Famous city on a river number three. The river, please, for Baghdad. So there's your round one. Plenty of time on our side. It's only 13 minutes after 9. I didn't get started until 2 minutes after 9. I'm a bit anal about finishing on time because it's like a TV program. Okay, let's recap on your questions for your first Quizzy Quiz for Quizzers, round one. So we had your three famous families. We had the fictional family of Dallas from 78 through 2014. Then we had a slightly cryptic one. This was the highest grossing movie of all time, ranked number one at that point between the years of 66 and 71, but I'm looking for the name of the family. But first you have to figure out the highest grossing movie, obviously. And your famous family number three, a resonant name in European history. This house occupied the throne of the Holy Roman Empire between 1438 and 1740. Also officially called the House of Austria. Is your famous family number three. Famous kings. The King and I was based on Margaret Landon's novel Anna and the King of Where. Martin Luther King was assassinated where by James Earl Ray on April 4, 1968. The place, please, for 1 point. And Uther Pendragon, a legendary king of sub-Roman Britain and also whose father. Your dishes, meaning frying pan in Valencian. Variations include Valenciana and de marisco. A Russian dish of sautéed pieces of beef served in a sauce, a type of sour cream. A North African dish of small steamed balls of crushed durum wheat semolina, traditionally served with a stew. And your cities on rivers. 3 cities, 3 rivers, respectively New York, Rome and Baghdad. Hi David, hi Liam. So how did you get on in your Quizzy Quiz for Quizzers quiz, round 1? Well, let's find out, shall we? 1 point for every correct answer, so there's 12 max in your first Quizzy Quiz, round 1. Here we go. Good luck. So, of course you knew it was the Ewing family from Dallas. Did you figure out it was The Sound of Music and the Von Trapps? Did you get your Quizzy Quiz House of Austria, the Habsburgs? Did you guess the King of Siam? Did you figure out that the assassination of Martin Luther King in Tennessee was in Memphis? King Arthur, the son of Uther Pendragon, paella, stroganoff and couscous with your 3 dishes. Your 3 cities on rivers: New York on the Hudson, Rome on the Tiber, Baghdad not on the Euphrates but on the Tigris. So keep posting your scores out of 12, guys. Good scoring thus far. Pugwash on 11, Better Together on 12, good scoring Tempire on 10, Margaret 11, 5 o'clock somewhere maxed out, well done cuz on 10, good scoring Frogs Don't Bite on 10, live scoring streaming in, you can hardly keep pace. Well done, Pete. Okay, round two. Round two is a full course of handmade connections. For those of you who haven't played connections before, well done, Edwina. For those of you who haven't played connections before, you get 3 bits of rather, well, I was going to say tenuously linked, but they're not. They're craftily created. 3 bits of information, you join the dots and figure out what connects. So your connections. Yeah. Connections are good. Patent pending. Connection 1. What connects? Those of you who haven't played before, just stick with it. It'll become as clear as mud. Good scoring, Marty. Maxing out. Hey, William. Connection 1. What connects? The Little Mermaid, The Tempest, and a detergent is your connection number 1. A detergent, The Tempest, and Little Mermaid is your what connects number 1. Keelan, are you okay? Did you hurt yourself? I hope you're okay. Well scored, Martin. I hope Keelan is okay. Margaret, William, you're connected. That's great. You can remotely connect with your little own friends and family. Vincent's Kitchen Quiz community. It's all good. Serving a purpose. Here for you. This last. Whatever. What connects number 2? What connects an IBM supercomputer, Sherlock Holmes, and the US Masters victor of 2012 and 2014? Your connection number 2. IBM supercomputer, Sherlock Holmes, and the US Masters victor of 2012 and 2014 is your what connects number 2. On YouTube, good scoring Sandbaggers and good scoring Kieran. I'm glad, Keelan. Keep well. What connects number 3? What connects cards? Cards, as in the game. Bowls, as in the game, sport. And an electrical or phone connector is your connection number 3. An electrical or phone connector, which is part of the connection. Bowls and cards is your what connects number 3. Welcome, Aidan. Connections are good. You can sometimes get away with just knowing one, and then that sparks off that frisson. God, I talk nonsense. After connection number 3, I'll do connection number 4. What connects a Ron Howard Formula 1 movie, a Canadian rock band, and a Welsh international goal scorer. A Welsh international goal scorer, a Canadian rock band, and a Ron Howard Formula One movie is your connection 4. Connection number 5. I like this one. What connects Air Force One, golf, as in golf, the sport, and This Is Your Life is your connection number 5. This Is Your Life, golf, Air Force One. Connection number 5. Okay, figure that one out, did you? Air Force One, golf, This Is Your Life. It's good. Connections take a bit of time in preparing. Connection 6. What connects a beer, Kiss Me Kate? Are you listening, Kate? Kiss Me Kate. And a luggage carrier. What connects a beer, Kiss Me Kate, and a luggage carrier? I'll leave that one with you. Is your connection number 6. I assume, Deirdre, that meant you got all excited because you got it. A beer, Kiss Me Kate, luggage carrier. Connection 7. What connects? For whom the bell tolls, for whom the bell tolls, The Endurance, and an Oscar Wilde character. Now there's one. What connects? For whom the bell tolls, The Endurance, and an Oscar Wilde character is your connection number 7. Tricky one. Oscar Wilde character. Endurance. For whom the bell tolls. Excellent, Deirdre. You're on fire. Connection number 8. What connects Harry Roger Webb? Who? Harry Roger Webb, a Canadian snooker player, and Dallas. Dallas is popular tonight. Dallas, a Canadian snooker player, and Harry Roger Webb. What connects? Connection 9. What connects? An American composer, pianist, and jazz orchestra leader, John Wayne, and an aristocrat. An aristocrat, John Wayne, and an American composer, pianist, and jazz orchestra leader is your connection number 9. Of course it doesn't, Deirdre. Backwards, forwards, sideways, as long as you get there. So that was your connection number 9. Your American composer, pianist, and jazz orchestra leader, John Wayne, and aristocrat. Number 10. You exhaust it. Connections are exhausting, but you're well versed, well practiced after all these weeks. Connection number 10. What connects a bird, New Zealand, and an edible berry? An edible berry, New Zealand, and a bird is your connection 10. I think there's an 1,000,000 pointer coming up. By the way, an 1,000,000 points is a side bet. It means nobody, I believe, should be able to get it. So it's coming up, not this one, but the one after. It's only a side bet, but it's good to throw in the odd 1,000,000 pointer. Number 11, your penultimate connection. What connects Ethan Hunt, an Irish political writer, historian, and academic, and a guided missile is your connection number 11. Ethan Hunt, an Irish political writer, historian, and academic, and a guided missile is your connection number 11. Is it painful, Rachel? You'll be okay. You'll be fine. Be fine. It's good. Ethan Hunt, an Irish political writer, historian, and academic. Who the heck could that be? And a guided missile. Ethan Hunt, guided missile. And your final connection. And then you can have a breather as we move into the second half of the quiz. And your 1,000,000 pointer connection, one made really freshly, and yep, on the side, 1,000,000 points. Anybody who gets this. What connects? St. Louis, as in Missouri, 7 deadly sins, and a vivid red. A vivid red, St. Louis, 7 deadly sins is your connection number 12 with 1,000,000 points on the side. Good luck. Okay, as you figure out your 1,000,000 pointer on the side connection, let's give you a recap, a review on your full course round 2 of connections. Thanks, Alan, for your graphics. Here we go. So, we had your 12 connections. I hope you enjoyed that full course. The Little Mermaid, The Tempest, and a Detergent, an IBM supercomputer, Sherlock Holmes, and the US Masters Victor of 12 and 14, cards, bowls, an electrical or phone connector, a Ron Howard Formula 1 movie, a Canadian rock band, a Welsh international goal scorer, Air Force One, golf, and This Is Your Life. A beer, Kiss Me Kate, a luggage carrier, For Whom the Bell Tolls, The Endurance, an Oscar Wilde character, Harry Roger Webb, a Canadian snooker player, and Dallas. Connection number 9. What connects an American composer, pianist, and jazz orchestra leader, John Wayne, And an aristocrat, a million points in the bag. Cora. A bird, New Zealand, an edible berry. Ethan Hunt, an Irish political writer, historian and academic. And Joe, you got the million as well. Where was I? And a guided missile. And then your final million pointer, which was maybe slightly misjudged. No, you're just smarter than the average quiz for quizzer. St. Louis, 7 deadly sins and a vivid red. I am so impressed, but then you've impressed me the whole way through. So, just in case, your answers. 1 point each for your 12 connections. Good luck. So, your 12 connections, the Little Mermaid, the Tempest, and the detergent was obviously Ariel, the spirit in the Tempest, as in the Little Mermaid, as in your washing soap, Watson, as in the supercomputer, Sherlock Holmes, and Bubba, Rush, as in Ian, as in the band, as in the Formula One movie, St. Andrews, Andrews Air Force Base, and what was the other Andrews? Oh, Eamon, flip's sake, forgot about Eamon. Porter, Cole, Porter as in beer, as in luggage carrier, Ernest Hemingway, Ernest Shackleton, and Jack Worthing, or Ernest, from The Importance of Being Earnest, but spelled differently. Cliff, as in cliff. Thorburn, as in, what did you call that guy? Cliff Barnes, Digger Barnes, some whatever you call him, from Dallas, and Cliff Richard. Duke Ellington, Duke as in John Wayne, as in, what was the other Duke? An aristocrat. Kiwi bird, Kiwi New Zealand, edible berry. Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, Mission Impossible. Connor Cruise O'Brien, cruise missile. And St. Louis, as in St. Louis Cardinals, the baseball team, as in Cardinal Sin, as in your vivid red. But then you are smart as anything, you smarty pants. Well done. Keep posting your scores out of aggregate thus far. Potential max of 24. Well done. And sure, it doesn't matter. It's all good. There's no £1 million available here yet. So, after round 2, I'll do round 3. And round 3, you've got 12 images, but there's 13 points available. I'll come on to that later. 12 images. You've got 3, I think, fashion brands to begin with. So keep posting your scores, guys. Good scoring. As long as you are enjoying and are forgetting temporarily about what's going on. So 3 fashion brands, fashion brand number 1. Okay? Good luck, guys. Good point, Marty. Maybe it could have been All Blacks, Blackbird, Blackberry. Yep, good point. Good point. Okay, so yeah, all is cool here, but thank you for that, Marty. Okay, fashion brand number 2. The brand, please. Pushing it, Marty. Fashion brand number 3. So there's your 3 fashion brands. Next set of 3 famous first ladies. First lady number 1. Who's this? First lady number 2. Who's this? And number 6 is your first lady number 3. Okay, so 3 fashion brands, 3 first ladies. From the sublime to the ridiculous, 3 famous revolutionaries. Number 1, 3 famous revolutionaries. Here's your first. Who's this? Two. Who's this? And famous revolutionary? Who's this? And your final set of three big cats. 4 points available. The extra point is for the last one. Famous big cat, number 1. Identify this big cat. Famous big cat, number 2. And your famous big cat. So, there's an extra point here if you can be specific. 2 points available if you can be specific. Famous big cat with an extra point if you can be specific, number 3. Okay guys, quick fly through your 3 high-end fashion brands. 1, 2, 3. Your 3 first ladies, 4, 5 and 6. Your 3 revolutionaries, 7, 8 and 9. And we finished with your 3 big cats, but there was an extra point for being specific on cat number 4 or caption 12, if you catch my drift. Okay dokes, so there were your, God, that was a mixed bag. Fashion brands, first ladies, revolutionaries and cats. Okay, the answers to round 3 as we go into our final round on your Quizzy Quiz for Quizzers quiz this Friday the 23rd of October, where I've lost track, never mind, of days and weeks. What month is it? Okay, your answers to your image round. So your brands, good luck. Your brands were Yves Saint Laurent, Louis Vuitton, Coco Chanel, we had Jacqueline Kennedy, we had Nancy Reagan. Did you get George W.'s wife, Laura Bush? Leon Trotsky, Mr. Gaddafi himself, Emiliana Zapata, the lynx, the cheetah, and did you get a Bengal tiger for 2 points? If you watched The Life of Pi, you had a better than even chance. So there's your answers to your picture round. Post your scores. So thus far, you have a potential max of 37. So post your scores out of 37, guys, as we go into the final round. The home straight. More than the final lap, but the home straight over Quizzy Quiz for Quizzers Quiz. Thank you for tuning in. Like and share on Facebook as we look to grow this. I'll have some announcements tomorrow evening. And yeah, do subscribe. It's all free on YouTube, and it's interesting, more people are watching now on YouTube than on Facebook Live, which is all good. And I'll keep you posted with our other developments tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening is our party quiz for those of you who know about that, and me, it's a bit more entertainment-y. Some quizzy quiz stuff, mind you, but a bit more entertainment-y with some more movies and TVs and certainly some tunes. So good scoring, guys. Good scoring. The Waltons, your Walls, Finn's Fulls, you're no fools to me, and the McKenzies, well done, and well done, William. You scored 1,000,000, which is a distinct advantage. Final round. So we've got four sections of 3. Sure, it's the way we do it. We eat the elephant one bite at a time. We break it down. So 3 famous Andys to kick off round 4. 3 famous Andys. 3 famous Andys. The third brand is also Gucci. There you go. Must check that out, William. 3 famous Andys. Famous Andy number 1. American artist, film director, producer, responsible for Marlene Diptych and Campbell's Soup Cans. Is your famous Andy number 1? American artist, film director, producer, responsible for Marlene Diptych and Campbell's Soup Cans. Is your famous Andy number 1? Gucci. I'll be soon doing some Googling. Famous Andy number 2. Your clues are The Social Network, Spider-Man, and Hacksaw Ridge. Is your famous Andy number 2? Hacksaw Ridge, still here, The Social Network, and Spider-Man. Is your famous Andy number 2? Thanks, Paddy. Very similar, but not the same. I would be surprised if... Anyway, let's not get into an argument or a debate live. It's bad form. I'd be surprised if they were the same. Coco Chanel and Gucci. But I'll check it out. Famous Andy number 3. Famous Andy number 3. Just for you, Ken. Wimbledon twice, 2013 and 2016. But which other slam did Andy Murray win? Your year? So I'm so generous here. 2012. So Andy Murray, 3 slams, 2 Wimbledon, 13-16. In 2012, what was his other slam? Is your famous Andy number 3? What other Grand Slam? 2012. Is your famous Andy Murray number 3? Second set of 3. Okay so far? Enjoying it? It's okay? Okay, quiz? Next set of 3. Missing from 5s. So, famous 5s, you get 4. What's missing from 5? Famous missing from 5s, number 1. North African countries on the Mediterranean. Yep, North African countries on the Med. I give you 4, you figure out what's missing. So, jot these down. Always jot these down on what's missing. Egypt. Libya, Tunisia, and Morocco. So I've given you Morocco, Tunisia, jot these down, Libya, and Egypt. So what's missing from your famous 5 of North African countries on the famous Mediterranean? William, no need. We're all good here. We all get carried away. Alison corrected you. How many times did you do that today? I'm sure it wasn't the first, William. So I've given you Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, and Morocco. What's missing from your North African famous 5 countries on the map? What's missing from famous 5 number 2? Jot these down. Shaggy, Velma, Scooby-Doo, Daphne. Who's missing? Daphne, Scooby-Doo, Velma, Shaggy. Who's missing from that famous 5? That's not really a quiz for quizzers, is it? Is it more a party quiz question then? Anyway, too late. And your famous missing from 5, number 3. Southern Hemisphere World Cup hosts. Southern Hemisphere World Cup hosts. South Africa, jot these down, South Africa, Argentina, Brazil, Chile. Where's missing? Chile, Brazil, Argentina, and South Africa from your Southern Hemisphere World Cup hosts is your what's missing from 5, number 3. South Africa, Brazil, Chile, and 78 in Argentina, but what's missing from Southern Hemisphere World Cup hosts? There's 4 of 5. Okay, dogs. So, gosh, we're running a wee bit behind. Scheduling will be cut off in our prime if we don't finish by 10. No, I'm only kidding. We're fine. Okay, so you've got your next set of 3 are 3 famous, because everything's famous here, popular phrases. 3 famous popular phrases. So you're going to get a graphic. Thanks, Alan, because there's a lot of information here, but you're going to get, you have to figure out the expression. So this is famous popular expression number 1. Okay, all will become clear. Okay. So the expression is the initials at the end. So in this case, it's BYU. So the expression is It is used to imply an unintended task or mission is as good as completed. And the initials of this expression are BYU. So you have to focus on the BYU. And do you know where it comes from? It is derived from the unexpected promotion of Arthur Balfour as Chief Secretary for Ireland by his uncle Robert Arthur Talbot Gascoigne Cecil, who was Prime Minister at the time. There you go. There's a bit of interesting information. So you're looking for BYU, and that's where it came from. And this popular phrase is used to imply an unintended task or mission is as good as completed. Now, there you go. BYU is your famous popular phrase number 1. Isn't that good? BYU. Popular phrase, famous popular phrase number 2. So, famous popular phrase number 2. It means honest and open. And the initials of this famous phrase are AB. And do you know where it comes from? Well, I'm going to tell you. The phrase, which originated in the gaming community, if card players kept their hands above the table, they could be seen to be playing fairly. Honest and open, AB, and that's where it came from. So I'm looking for AB. What does AB stand for? Is your famous popular phrase number 2. You see the stuff you learn here on a Friday night when you have nothing better to do. And your famous popular phrase number 3. Your famous popular phrase number 3, completely and utterly crazy, M-A-A-H, from the phrase derived from the character in Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, who was decidedly eccentric in his mannerisms. But we are looking for M-A-A-H. Completely and utterly crazy. What is that famous popular phrase? You could have substituted that with VR. And your final 3 on our Quizzy Quiz for Quizzers quiz, which has run beyond the hour. And anyway, all good. Your final 3. Back to school. Back to school. A bit of homeschooling, guys, if you'll forgive me. Your final 3. Back to school number 1. An angle of more than 90 degrees but less than 180. An angle of more than 90 degrees but less than 180 is what? Is your back to school number 1. More than 90 and less than 180. Your angle. Famous angle number 1. Back to school number 2. Rows and columns of numbers, symbols or expressions. So rows of columns of numbers, symbols and expressions so as to form a rectangular array or table is what defined in your back to school number 2. Rows and columns of numbers, symbols or expressions so as to form a rectangular array or table, if you like, is your back to school number 2. And your final back to school, indeed your final Quizzy Quiz for Quizzers quiz question on this Friday evening, where we've strayed beyond The witching hour of 10, or 5, or Isabel 2. A natural number over 1, it has no proper factors, i.e. it cannot be divided by any natural number other than itself and 1 is the definition of what? A natural number over 1 that has no proper factors, i.e. it cannot be divided by any natural numbers other than itself and 1. My God. Flip me. A Friday night asking that sort of stuff. Let's do a quick recap on your final round. Round 4 questions. That was exhausting. That was me I'm talking about. Okay, your famous Andes. And I'm not talking about South America, your famous Andes. We had your American artist, film director, producer responsible for Marilyn Diptych and Campbell's Soup Cans. We had The Social Network, Spider-Man, and Hacksaw Ridge is your famous Andy number 2. Famous Andy number 3, Wimbledon twice winner, 13-16. Which other slam did Andy Murray win? Kiss Me Kate, year 2012. Missing from 5's North African countries on the Mediterranean. I give you Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, Morocco. What did I not give you? Shaggy, Velma, Scooby-Doo, and Daphne. Who did I not give you? Southern Hemisphere World Cup hosts. I give you South Africa, Argentina, Brazil, and Chile. Where did I not give you? Your famous popular phrases, your BYU, used to imply an unintended task or mission is as good as complicated, from the you can read that. And honest and open, AB, from the phrase which originated in the gaming community, meaning honest and open. If card players kept their hands above the table, they could be seen to be playing fairly. Completely and utterly crazy. MAAH, from Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. And you're back to the school. Your angle, more than 90 and less than 180 degrees. Your rows and columns of numbers, symbols, or expressions in a table. And then that natural number over 1 that has no proper factors, i.e. it can not be divided by any natural number other than itself and 1. Flip. I can't wait for the party quiz. Here's your answers, guys. Thanks for tuning in for our quizzy quiz for quizzers, which definitely did what it said on the tin this evening. Thank you. And if you were newcomers, you were especially welcome, and I thank you for hanging in there and listening to this stuff. Keep posting your scores. Total max this evening is 49. Like and share our Facebook stuff, including our On This Day that we do faithfully every day. And tomorrow evening, party quiz. Let your hair down. Some quizzy quiz stuff, so don't be complacent. So be studying and revising between now and then, please. I'll give you your subjects that... Here's your answers. Lindsay, can I put up the answers to round 3 on your page after, please, Mr. Of course I can. For round 3, of course I can. In fact, I'll maybe even do it before I go home. Flip, I am home. Okay, thank you, Margaret. Your answers: Andy Warhol, Marlon Diptych, Campbell's Soup Can, Andrew Garfield, The Social Network, wonderful movies, Spider-Man and the wonderful Hacksaw Ridge. Andy Murray was successful in 2012 in New York, the US Open. Algeria is your other North African country touching the med. Fred was missing from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Uruguay, the original World Cup hosts. Did you get that? BYU, Bob's your uncle. Above board, AB, for being honest and open. Mad as a Hatter, that's me, was from Alice in Wonderland. obtuse, not me, was your angle. Matrix, is your rows and columns, and your prime number. And I will try and do a picture shot for somebody who asked me, Lindsay, I'll do a picture of your answers to round 3. So thank you for tuning in, guys, way past your bedtime. It's been good. Like and share and stay tuned, and hopefully you enjoyed it, because you did very well. You did very well. So I'll see you tomorrow. Well, you'll see me for our party quiz. Okay? Adios, guys. Stay safe. Stay tuned. Bless you all. Bye-bye. Take care.